Hi guys, welcome back to ToonBlend 3D. Now it's painting time. I'll be using the Ucupaint Add-on, so make sure you have it installed. Alright, let's get started. In Object Mode, select All Meshes, go to the Ucupaint tab, then click Quick Ucupaint Node Setup. Choose Emission Type, and click OK. Switch to the Texture Paint tab, add a new layer, select New Image, rename it to Base Color, and set the resolution to 512. Turn on Wireframe View and adjust the opacity as needed. I've already prepared a color palette. You can find the color codes in the video description. When choosing colors, use pastel tones that are soft and easy on the eyes, usually with saturation or value around 0.5. Once your color palette is ready, start painting the base color blocks on the mesh. Begin with the hair, then face, body, and finally the ribbon. Use Alt+Q to switch between meshes while hovering your cursor over the one you want to edit. Go back to the body mesh, press Slash to isolate the object. Select the faces you want to color, such as the neck, hands, and feet for skin. Then continue with pants, shirt, belt, shoes, and hair tie. For detailing, use the Paint Hard brush, then Set Stroke method gives line to help draw straight strokes. Once the base colors are done, create a new layer for ornaments. Use the Paint Hard brush with Line Stroke method for sharp, clean lines, such as the teeth here. Then use Space Stroke method type to fill the inside of the teeth. Use Toggle Eraser in Ucupaint to erase and disable it when done. For erasing curves or drawing smooth bends, enable Stylized Stroke in the Space Stroke method. To draw circular shapes like the eyes, use the Drag.Stroke method. Continue using different stroke methods to make painting easier, especially if you're using a mouse. This really helps. After finishing the ornament layer, create a new layer for shadows. Use black color only with a Paint Soft brush and apply shading along the edges where shadows should fall. Change the color channel to soft light so the black blends naturally with the base color. Adjust the layer opacity to around 0.6 or reduce brush strength if the shadow looks too strong. Continue adding shadows to all necessary edges. Make sure you understand where shadows should appear. Start simple, under the arms, legs, shoes, chin, and hair. To easily paint certain areas, use masks. Go to Edit mode, select the faces you want to paint. Then switch back to Texture Paint mode. Enable the mask icon near the Interaction mode menu. Use the fill brush to apply shadow color, then disable the mask when done. If some shadow areas look overexposed, use Paint Soft Brush to erase or smooth them. Once shadows on the body are done, move on to the face, then the hair. Next, draw hair strands using Space Stroke method and Activated Stabilized Stroke. Continue adding shadows to the hair tie. After finishing the hair, continue adding shadows to the ribbon. When shadows are complete, create a new layer called Highlight. Use Soft Light Channel again, but this time with white color. Add soft highlight lines on the ribbon edges. Then, add stitch effects using the CR Line Break brush with Line Stroke method. You can get this brush for free from the Craft Reaper channel, where they also show how to use it. Very thanks to Craft Reaper. Continue painting highlights as before. Add shadows on highlights to make them pop and look more dimensional. Once the ribbon is done, move on to hair highlights. Then add highlights on the body, especially along clothing edges, belts, and pockets. create a striped texture layer on the shirt. We won't paint this manually. Instead, use a generated layer wave. Set the color channel to soft light and adjust the scale. To erase areas of the generated texture, you can't use the eraser brush directly. Use a mask instead. Black hides the texture while white reveals it. Add a new image mask layer. Then go to Edit mode. Select the faces you want to keep visible and press Ctrl+I to invert the selection. Go back to Texture Paint mode, enable the mask, and fill the unwanted area with black. Disable the mask when done. Continue with other areas using the Paint Soft brush in black. And set the layer opacity to 0.75. Then add another wave-generated layer mask, tweak the scale, and experiment with scale, coordinate type, and profile to create different fabric patterns. Duplicate the wave-generated layer for the sleeves. Disable the first wave layer, go to Edit mode, select the sleeves, then back to Texture Paint mode. Enable mask and fill with white, then change the wave type to rings. Do the same for its mask layer. Back to Edit mode, then Ctrl+I to invert selection. Enable mask again and fill with black to remove the unwanted parts. Reactivate the first wave layer when finished and disable mask. Press / again to exit isolate mode. You'll see the generated wave texture affects all meshes sharing the same material. To fix this, use fill black on hair, face, and ribbon meshes in both generated wave layers. Add a second shadow layer to enhance the shading. Set its blending mode to soft light. Move it below the highlight layer and adjust the opacity to 0.6. Then add more shadow to hairlines, belt textures, and finger details. Next step, it's important to understand how masking layers work, so make sure you fully understand them. Then continue to the eyes. Create a new image layer for the eye whites. Fill the white base color, then add an image mask and fill it black to hide the base temporarily. Use a paint hard brush with white color to reveal the eye whites again. Create new image layers for iris and eyelashes as well. Same process as before. Next, detailing painting the iris, make sure to switch the active masks to the correct layer index. Use soft light blending mode on the brush. Experiment with different brushes, blending modes, and stroke types for best results. Add a layer group, name it Eyes, and drag all related layers inside to keep things organized. Next, create a mouth layer, also using soft light channel. Note that layers with different channel colors can't be merged inside the same color group, so keep the mouth layer separate from the eye group. Then continue to add any missing small details. Then, create a new layer for a fading fabric texture on the clothes. Use the same technique as the highlight layer. Use the CR streak brush, adjust strength, and paint with white. Create a second fading layer for extra texture and apply it to other clothing parts as desired. Create an ambient occlusion layer for automatic shading. Move it to the top and set opacity to 0.5. Then add a paint base layer similar to ambient occlusion with soft light channel and opacity 0.5. Shade flat and shade smooth on a mesh object have a significant impact on how the baked result looks. Add a generated layer magic texture, set color channel to soft light, and adjust scale. And adjust opacity to 0.5. To remove unwanted areas, use an image mask layer. Paint black to hide the generated texture and white to reveal it, just like how we did earlier with the shirt texture using the generated layer wave. Since the magic texture has a default green tint, fix it by adding a color ramp modifier. Next, add a solid color layer in soft light, channel with black for additional shadows. Then adjust opacity to 0.65, then add a fake lighting mask layer. And adjust the light direction by rotating the sphere control. Create another solid color layer with white to add light highlights. The texturing is complete. Go to Object Mode, select all meshes, and set them to Shade Smooth. Then disable the wireframe view. Before baking, make sure to check all your layers first to see if there's anything missing or needs adjustment. Now, it's time to bake the textures. Click the gear icon next to Color Channel Settings. Then choose Bake Color Channel. Set Texture Resolution. Here I will use 512. This is low poly character. Increased samples. Higher values mean smoother baked textures. Here I use 10,000 samples. Lower resolutions usually need more samples for better clarity. Set Anti-Aliasing to 2 for Activated. The margin type has two options, Adjacent Faces and Extend. First, let's use Adjacent Faces. Enable OSL and force bake all polygons. The interpolation type has three options, Linear, Closest, and Cubic. I will show you the difference between them. First, I'll use Linear, then hit OK to start bake. Hear the difference between linear, closest, and cubic. I will use closest since it fits best for low poly style. If you want a transparent background, set the alpha to 0 and enable alpha channel, then rebake it. This makes the background transparent instead of white. But for now, I'll keep it white. Painting is done. Thank you for watching. Next, we'll move on to rigging the character using Rigify rig. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it. See you next time.